News Tonight at 10. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. Yusuf Senyomo is already with us on sign language. Let us delve into the bulletin. President Yoweri Museveni has responded to recent criticism from opposition lawmakers regarding the allocation of classified funds of members of parliament while raising concerns about foreign financial influence in Uganda's domestic affairs. The remarks issued in a statement coincided with the 45th anniversary of the fall of Idi Amin's regime. President Museveni's statement targeted opposition MPs led by Mohammed Chivumbi, Botambala County, who recently criticized the alleged allocation of 100 million shillings in classified funds to legislators. The president dismissed the criticism as hypocritical, constructing it with what he called patriotism of historical NRM fighters who fought for 17 years without pay to liberate Uganda. The president sharply turned his focus to foreign influence, accusing the opposition of ignoring what he described as foreign-backed efforts to destabilize Uganda. He singled out U.S. funding for LGBTQ plus advocacy and then cited a speech by U.S. Congressman Andy Barr, who criticized Biden administration for allocating $6 million to support Uganda's LGBTQ and community while penalizing the country over the anti-homosexuality law. Now, Prime Minister Robina Nabbanja has commissioned the Hoima Regional Blood Bank expected to serve Bunyoro sub-region. Together with Minister of Health Jane Rotha Cheng, Nabbanja urged the people of Bunyoro to appreciate the NRM government for extending such a vital health service to the people of Bunyoro.
In a bid to bring health services closer to the people of Bunyoro, this afternoon, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabbanja, commissioned the Hoima Regional Blood Bank.
This regional blood bank in Hoima, I have officially commissioned it in my names, Nabbanja Robina, Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda. On this day, 11th April 2025.
I'm honored to preside over this regional blood bank, which will serve the people of Bunyoro. Kandi nkubasaba inywe n'abari hano ka kibazo mu Runyoro muhure mu mutima gwanyu ni musima.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you. Earlier, the Prime Minister Robina Nabbanja gave a lecture of opportunity to the chief administrative officers of districts, cities, and municipalities currently undergoing leadership training at the National Leadership Institute Chankwanzi. She urged them to be patriotic and love their motherland, Uganda.
So, loving our motherland is not optional. It's a must. Olina okuwagala eggwanga lyo. It's a must. And we have a duty, you and me, to jealously regard our country and loyal to your country. And you are expected as a must to promote the well-being of our country. It's a must. You have no choice.
Nabbanja also called upon them to fight corruption in their localities, as it is the biggest cancer Uganda is grappling with.
There is a lot of money that we should have collected at the district level. A lot of money is wasted through corruption. How much are they paying the council? The tender is paying 3 million. He's collecting 30 and he's paying 3 million to the council. If you're a nationalist and patriotic, could you allow that to go unnoticed? Why must it be the minister of local government to come from Kampala to identify what is your role?
The training, organized by the Minister of Local Government, the Minister Raphael Magezi said corruption in local governments is ranked number 2 in Uganda.
But you must fight corruption. It's mainly because of thirst for money, especially in 2 areas: contracts, the tenders, whether it's roads or water, construction of classrooms, the new gift health centers and so on. Somebody must put his foot down or her foot down and say, no, I am the administrator here. And sometimes they ask us, why do we transfer you so much? Sometimes it is for your own good. Sometimes also, maybe we take you because you need to strengthen a certain environment somewhere. Leading a country that will be unmanageable tomorrow. When you translate the dropout rate in our country, 100 pupils starting P1 and only 21 complete P7.
President Yoweri Museveni has fulfilled his pledge to the people of Bunyoro sub-region by initiating the construction of a college of nursing and midwifery valued at over 47 billion shillings to be named after James W. Wapakabulo. The Minister of State for Primary Education, Dr. Joyce Moriku Kaduchu, officiated at the groundbreaking ceremony for the nursing school.
Government has launched the construction of the late Wapahabulo Memorial College of Nursing and Midwifery in Mafudu Sub-County, Sironko District.
On behalf of Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, the Minister of Education and Sports and the First Lady, who has delegated me to represent her to officially to ensure that the baby comes out peacefully.
The Minister of State for Primary Education, Dr. Joyce Moriku Kaduchu, officiated at the groundbreaking ceremony.
The challenges faced in healthcare service delivery is shortage of human resource. And this is one of the critical areas that will address shortage of professional healthcare professions in our society, in our hospitals, and in our health facilities. It's a blessing for this region. It's a blessing for the people and the district here in Sironko.
The late James Wapahabulo held various high-ranking positions, including Minister of Foreign Affairs, Second Deputy Prime Minister, and Speaker of Parliament. President Museveni pledged to establish an institution in his memory aimed at expanding access to quality nursing and midwifery education, particularly in underserved areas.
To appreciate and thank His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda for not only pledging to honor Right Honorable Wapakabulo, but also ensuring that the pledge has been fulfilled as we witness today.
The project, to cost an estimated 47.9 billion shillings, will be executed by the UPDF Engineering Brigade, who are renowned for performing well.
We obey order, write down yes, do this yes, okay? We don't discuss orders, and we make sure we deliver. If you disobey your leader, you know you will pay. So rivers, issues of corruption, zero, no tolerance to corruption. Whoever wants it kidogo should not come to me. It should go where I got it from. Otherwise, I'm not threatening you. You can come and we talk on personal grounds. I want to, this is a joke. So I'm here to tell you that this project you see here, the one for the Memorial of Right Honorable Wapa, is going to cost us 47 billion shillings. And they have budgeted for it. The ministry has so far sent 2 billion shillings.
The Bamaina clan and the family of the late Wapahabulo generously donated the land for the college. The woman member of parliament for Sironko district, who is also state minister for Karamoja, Florence Nambozo Wamala, witnessed the launch and paid tribute to Wapahabulo.
Such big things do not come at the same speed like the small things. So we as leaders of Sironko are so grateful to the president that he has been kind to us, because really there are so many competing issues, competing priorities that he has to take care of, that, but he has factored us in. We are so grateful.
The ceremony was attended by various government officials, members of the Bamaina clan, Wapahabulo's family, and Sironko district leaders. Mutonyi Hilda, UBC.
Now, the First Lady of Uganda has launched the Women in Construction Uganda chapter during today's inaugural Women in Construction Symposium held at Kololo Airstrip. The launched chapter, organized by Uganda National Association of Builders, Suppliers and Engineering Contractors, seeks to provide a louder platform for voices, calling more women inclusion in the building and construction sector, and advocate for their full participation.
UNDP, Mrs. Nwane Vowede Obafor. She's also being introduced as we speak to the president.
About 10% women in the country are into the building and construction sector. The underlying society stereotypes and stigma to some occupations as belonging to males and others not preferable for women have been tipped as bottlenecks still locking out women's full penetration into the industry of building and construction. Uganda National Association of Builders, Suppliers and Engineering Contractors has held an inaugural Women in Construction Symposium, where the Women in Construction Uganda chapter has been launched to assist largely in more advocacy for more women inclusion into the construction sector. The First Lady of Uganda, Janet Kataha Museveni, in attendance as the chief guest, hailed the remarkable contributions the women in construction sector have played over the years in assisting in the completion of educational infrastructure projects timely.
Now, when I joined the education sector nearly 9 years ago, among the first groups of stakeholders that I interfaced with were those handling the projects we were working on at the time. These projects were facing various challenges and delays. So I thought that I would listen to what the issues were that were causing those delays in the implementation. As we went along to find solutions to some of these pressing challenges in those projects, I identified some competent and committed young ladies to come and work alongside the technical people in those projects. And to cut the long story short, I must say that it was that team of committed ladies that did a lot to turn around the projects and ensured that we delivered 145 primary schools all over this country.
The long-held traditions and customs which do not position a girl child, as is the boy child, have also been pinpointed as bottlenecks, barring women's full inclusion in male-dominated sectors like building and construction.
At a family level, the long-held traditions and customs that do not place as much value on educating the girl child as is the boy child need to be addressed. through multi-pronged approaches that not only bring about mindset change in the older generations, but raise a new generation of parents that think differently about educating all children equally.
The first female president of Uganda National Association of Builders, Suppliers and Engineering Contractors, Kiara Nguranga, says the glaring gender inequality gap in the building and construction sector is true. The platform launched will be vital in handling issues women face in the construction sector, investigate objectively why women numbers in the sector have been largely low over the years, engage with the relevant actors to push up this number.
Women contractors, engineers and site professionals face systemic bias, limited access to networks and unsafe working conditions. Without targeted interventions, we risk locking out a generation of young women who would otherwise lead Uganda's next wave of infrastructure development and innovation. Many times we have been invited to Parliament, to the Ministry of Finance, to be able to lobby and to understand why our members have to cry so long before they are paid, to understand why they are prioritizing other sectors to be paid and not the contractor.
However, also to note, challenges like delayed payment of contractors by government after completion of works, low prioritization of local contractors, weak regulation where substandard building materials continue to flood the market have been pointed on as challenges still eating up the construction sector.
We want to see specific policy coming in to define what work is ring-fenced for the local contractor.
In my remarks, I want to say I may have not jumped the bridges of construction like our senior citizen Kano here, but we look forward to seeing how best we can continue in partnership and build this conversation to make impact in this country, but also across borders.
Is there any designer better than a woman? You are now. Imagine the women architects, what they can do for us in this country of ours, where we are still struggling with the design, struggling. You are going to make Uganda better. Thank you for choosing to come together and to say, yes, it's time for us, for you to level the ground, to escalate and perform much, much better.
The event has been organized with partners like Housing Finance Bank, National Cement Company Limited, Steel and Tube Industry Limited, among others. Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.
Now, in a bid to boost digital literacy in rural areas, the Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, has launched a state-of-the-art computer lab at Rungonji Secondary School in Kanungu District.
Open the digital community, the ICT lab here.
The event took place at Rugonji Secondary School, located in Rugonji Sub-County, where students and teachers gathered to witness the commissioning of a modern computer lab, one of 77 digital centers being rolled out across the country.
And we open it in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
This being a secondary school and the information technology being one of the subjects that we now encourage in schools, it gives an opportunity our students here, even when they are in the rural Kanungu, they can access computers, they can learn computer studies, they can learn how to use the internet, how to search for information, and they can be able to compete favorably with the students from elsewhere in the country.
Minister Baryomunsi emphasized the government's commitment to expanding the digital footprint in government-aided schools, especially in rural areas.
It is also our policy as a government to ensure that all schools, starting with secondary schools, are equipped with computers so that the students of today can also learn using modern technological facilities like computers and other devices.
The new lab is equipped with modern computers and internet connectivity, offering students hands-on digital training. It's part of a broader initiative aimed at reducing the digital divide and enhancing ICT education in underserved communities.
One thing we've been lacking, Kanungu is one of the hard-to-reach districts, and technology is poor in this area. So we are happy that this program has come at this particular time. It's going to help, one, the community and the entire school.
We thank the Minister of ICT to bring us these computers. I had thought that our children will.
Kira Motors Corporation has received praise for its steady progress in motor vehicle manufacturing, seen as a key part of Uganda's future. The progress shows the value of public-private partnerships in driving the country's economic transformation.
The facility is calm and welcoming from the outside, but inside, the work is non-stop. From early stages of production to nearly finished vehicles, the car assembly process is in full swing. This is the progress that members of the Rotary Club of Kampala came to witness. This is getting real as it looks, so make no mistake to think otherwise. You may want to criticize despite the progress. You may want to despise despite the commitment seen by everybody. But there is one fact that you will not escape. Uganda is on course. What started as a sketch on paper has now turned into vehicles on the road. Rotarians saw this firsthand as young staff at Kira Motors shared their experiences.
I started with a certificate in motor vehicle technician, craft part 1, just certificate. People, Peter, even your toolbox is older than Ugandan's independence. But that didn't make me to give up. Today, I stand before you, building electric buses at Kira Motors Corporation.
The work on the ground impressed many, including the Rotarians.
It is quite often said across the Atlantic that when you set up a vehicle manufacturing plant, Walmart will come and set up in the neighborhood. Perhaps that narrative was coined to reflect on the possibilities that come with making vehicles.
Of course, when we came to Kira, we then realized that we have shared goals in terms of protecting the environment.
This is the kind of innovation that the Presidential CEO Forum wants to promote as Uganda moves towards an industrial economy.
We've seen the potential here. We have seen the grit, the innovation, the commitment. This is not a dream in motion, it's a movement in motion. And it's one that we must all rally behind.
Now that the dream has become a reality, the focus is on sustaining it.
Our mission at PCF is simple but powerful. It's to bring the private sector and government together, not just to talk, but to create and deliver solutions that drive real economic transformation.
We will not build our nations by coming up with value-added products that are sold only in kiosks around our streets. We must sell our products in the capital cities of all nations.
For now, Kira Motors stands as a powerful example of local talent, supported by the right policies and strategic planning. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Kampala Capital City Authority has rescued over 170 street children from various locations across the city, including Wandegeya, Nankulabye and Sa Apolokagwa roads. Let's hear more in this report.
Kampala Capital City Authority has rescued over 170 street children from various locations across the city.
A total of 175 persons have been gotten from the streets. Of these, we have 18 adults with their babies, and children below the age of 12 years are 60, while those above 12 are a total of 72. Because most of these are used in begging activities. These are mostly trafficked children from the northeastern part of Uganda mostly, and we have another 22 from other parts of the country.
Kampala Capital City Authority Communications Officer Daniel Niwabini urged communities to prioritize education and ensure children remain in school, away from traffickers and life on the streets.
Engage the communities, especially where they come from, the need to have children in school, the need to protect children, and also apprehend the traffickers so that this does not reoccur. We are doing this in order to give these children a better future, taking them to a skilling place where they will have to be taught other life skills other than begging and filling up the streets where it's unsafe.
He stressed that each rescued child will be screened to determine whether they are victims of trafficking or, in the same cases, involved in petty crime.
Out of this, we're going to profile. We're going to work with the probation officers to profile and see whether they are victims or they are the perpetrators. So we're going to establish that.
Children living on the streets face severe challenges including neglect, abuse, addiction and exposure to crime, with many forced into petty theft as a means of survival. Cayenne Faith, Nanono Smaya, for UBC.
And in a handover, the Kabaka of Buganda, His Majesty Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II, has called on county chiefs to safeguard the newly donated tractors from the kingdom aimed at transforming agriculture across Buganda. His message was delivered by Katikiro Charles Peter Maiga during the official handover ceremony.
Kingdom has handed over tractors to all county chiefs, marking a major step towards promoting mechanized and modern farming practices across the region. This initiative is part of the activities leading up to the Kabaka Mutebi's 70th birthday celebrations.
These tractors are merely symbolic of the need to embrace technology and also to use appropriate farming methods in order to maximize yields. We must slowly transition from the hoe to mechanized production on the farms. We must also employ best farming methods, including use of appropriate fertilizers to increase the yields from our farms.
Buganda's Minister for Agriculture, Haj Amis Kakomo, encouraged farmers to adopt modern techniques, positioning Buganda as a regional food basket.
Gamukulemberwa ab'amasaza tubasaba omulimo guno mugukwate n'obwegendereza ate n'obuvumu. Obukiiko bulambika bw'oyagala kalakita ogendawa nga tonnagitwala mu kulimira wo bakola bati.
Speaking on behalf of county chiefs, the chief of Bulemezi, Ronald Mulondo, assured the kingdom that the tractors would be used effectively to serve local communities.
Tuli mabega wa nteekateeka zonna era tusuubiza nti Buganda eno tujja kwegattako mukama wange okugiza ku ntikko ng'ekirwa ky'Obuganda.
Meanwhile, Buganda youth from various counties presented symbolic gifts amakula to the Katikiro in honor of the Kabaka's upcoming birthday. Addressing them, Maiga urged the youth to remain responsible and committed to their communities.
Our hope is in the youth of the kingdom, because everything important in life is undertaken, is carried out during anyone's youthful years. I usually tell young people like yourselves that every human being, generally speaking, has 4 categories: infancy, youthfulness, adulthood, and old age. When you are an infant, we hold your hand as you cross the road.
Cayenne Faith, Andrew Sebida, for ABC.
Now, Chebe sub-county in Chotera district was struck by a devastating earthquake in 2016, severely damaging homes and public infrastructure, including Menzero Health Center 2 in Menzero Parish.
A decade after the 2016 earthquake, Menzero Health Center 2 still bears signs of destruction. Though renovations are ongoing, especially at the maternity ward, major challenges persist. Improvements aside, the facility suffers from a shortage of medical equipment and essential services.
Many things were destroyed. So many homesteads were destroyed, hospitals, schools, and so many things. But according to the President's promise, the President promised to help these people reconstruct their houses by providing iron sheds, cement, and they provide some cash so that they can put back their houses. But so far, we haven't received anything. Long without fulfilling these promises. People had to do this and that so that they can get where to sleep. Some had to sell their part of their land so that they can at least construct where to sleep. They couldn't stay in tents for all these years. Some had to sell their land. Some had to even lose their gardens.
Officials say the center serves not only locals, but also patients from Tanzania, putting further strain on limited resources.
We have a target of around 3,469 clients, or the target population we are supposed to serve. So we offer different services whereby we do general treatment of all conditions. We do immunization, we do antenatal and deliveries. 15 to 20 mothers deliver each month, whereby it's a very big number compared to all facilities that are at the level of Health Center 2. The area where we are doesn't have electricity. In absence of electricity, we do not have even the solar. The solar panels that are available are not enough to provide enough light for it to enable you to deliver very well a mother.
New head Paddy Kaitale is calling on the government for urgent intervention, citing water, electricity, medical supplies and road access.
Our buildings, the maternity ward, our district has done some renovations, but it's not enough. The roofing itself is not good enough when you look at it. The OPD where we work, also the ceiling is not good enough.
Frustrations grow among residents, including Kakuto MP hopeful Kaka Ismail Lubega Uthman, who decreed and fulfilled presidential pledges.
Our government, especially the Minister of Health, because they have had our calling. When we were here last time, this health center 2 in Menzero, we had a problem of the ward, the place where our mothers are giving birth. So today I have come back when the place is being renovated, but still, we still need more support from the government, because they are renovating one structure, but another structure is still in bad condition. So I request the government, the Minister of Health, to add in more effort so that our health center too in Nizilo can get more facilities.
We are standing now here. These are one of the houses that were destroyed by the earthquake, that is in 2016. And since then, we are promised to have such people have their houses reconstructed. But up to now, almost we are now in 10 years, nothing we have seen. So many houses were destroyed, like 1,700 homesteads that were destroyed. Is it that after almost 10 years since we get this problem, nothing, and we have got so many promises, nothing have been reached. Have been reached to our people here.
Uthman joined leaders in planting a memorial tree, pledging to take the community's concerns to the president. Cayenne Faith, Jamil Sekaja, for ABC.
Kama nemo pocket, tambula body street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission. Internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netaga yo kaloni, niga mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
Operation Wealth Creation is coordinating all government ministries, departments and agencies to unveil unique investment opportunities in every region of Uganda to local and international investors to transform subsistence farmers into the money economy. Operation Wealth Creation presents the Rwenzori Investment Expo, scheduled for the 30th to 31st of January 2020 at Mountains of the Moon University, Fort Portal City. Theme: Investment for Local Economic Development. This expo is one of the many regional investment expos anchored on agro-industrialization for local economic development, agri-led program, and will be held countrywide. Come explore investment opportunities in the Rwenzori region, from mining, tourism, agriculture, and many more. The guest of honor will be His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda. For more information, contact National Organizing Committee.
Amazina ganje Nyetekwa Seruhanga John Bosco ninduga mu district ya Rukungiri byo muhanguzi wa miliyoni 18 na Uganda National Rotary nzahangwire urwo mu kuzana star 278 hash ngafuna message eriko ka mu muhanguzi nashemererwa konka nabaza kugira ngo nedi y'abafere sente ziriyo zone bakaziteka ngo nazihangwira.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
In our second segment, the Ministry of Education is piloting a major overhaul of the national curriculum from pre-primary through secondary, aimed at shifting from a theory-heavy model to a competency-based approach. The director of the National Curriculum Development Center, Dr. Benedette Nambi Karuhanga, says that the revised curriculum will emphasize core values and integrate ICT.
An estimated 1.3 million learners drop out of school before graduation or even before completing secondary education. It is for this reason the Ministry of Education is focusing on revamping the primary level curriculum to equip learners with practical and competency-based skills. The Deputy Director of the National Curriculum Development Center, Dr. Bernadette Nambikaruhanga, says the implementation of the new curriculum components, such as physical education, technology, music, dance and drama, among others, has been weak at the primary level.
And it's because we found out that those subjects are not taught because they are not examined by UNEP at the end of the teaching and learning cycle, which means that our schools are more focused on just passing exams. We want to see how we can emphasize holistic learning, looking at the cognitive learning, which is the knowledge, but also bringing into perspective the values and attitudes, which is the affective, and also the psychomotor, which is the application.
She added that the ministry is also reviewing the secondary curriculum at both O and A levels, ensuring ICT integration and inclusive strategies for learners with special needs.
When we talk of learners with special needs, we are not only talking about learners who are blind or learners who have physical impairment. We are also talking about learners who may also be very, very smart. You know, there are those learners who learn very fast. They are then the learners who take time to learn. This time around, we want to now focus on how our curriculum can be intentional.
Announcement was made during the launch of Kukuza Education, a program developed by Common Learning Centers. The Kukuza Education has already reached over 11,000 learners across 5 districts, including Mukono, Kayunga, Buvuma and others. Kukuza promotes real-life skills, leadership development and self-reliance under its motto, do it yourself, DIY.
We have been doing this work under the incubation of Common Learning Centers. In schools, we run a program called the Do It Yourself program. We run it under using a clubs model. And these clubs operate in secondary schools. And as part of the activities, fundamentally the students undergo life skills sessions. And life skills remain special abilities, right, that support a human being to go through life.
Civil society organizations welcomed the initiative, praising its alignment with the national curriculum and its positive impact on participating schools.
Children in those schools, in the rural schools, are suffering with the life skills and values. They are not having that opportunity. So I believe when we work with such organizations, they can help us improve life skills in schools, and then also make sure that the life skills are put into the system of education.
With the DIY model showing success, school leaders are calling on the ministry to adopt Kukuza's approach to ensure learners gain practical and life-ready skills nationwide.
According to the new curriculum, it is emphasizing on competency-based aspects. And that is the sole goal of DIY.
These people, before they came to our school, there were so many problems. Like the population, our population, because the area is very far and sparsely populated, it was small. It was almost less than 200. But with their help, now as I'm talking, the population has increased. We are nearly reaching 500 students.
Rebecca Nantongo, UBC News.
The National Curriculum Development Center has launched a training for master trainers on a revised A-level curriculum at Canon Apollo Core PTC in Fort Portal City. Let's hear more in this report.
Gilbert Sima, manager of the secondary department at NCDC, revealed that the goal is to train teachers nationwide to effectively implement the revised A-level curriculum. He explained that while the subject combinations and titles remain unchanged, they are now aligned with the revised O-level curriculum.
We are building on to what we are doing at lower secondary, and now it is time to take them through the details of A-level, because A-level has a number of things that are different from what is at O-level. For example, A-level has combinations, they are not there at O-level. A-level has general paper, and other subsidiary subjects that are not there at lower secondary, and a few other adjustments.
Master Trainer Ayub Kalima said the updated curriculum will integrate artificial intelligence and ICT into teaching and learning to make lessons accessible to all learners.
So for those people who find difficulty in learning, who take some time to learn, those technologies really help in simplifying the concepts, which are very complex, and in providing the visual material that can support the learning. You could even ask it to propose for you strategies that you can use as a teacher. Because this learning is happening in tandem with the teacher. The learners are learning with you and with the technology. So you can, as a teacher, ask it to suggest strategies you could use to impact them, unlike before, where you are dependent only on the written material and on the fellow teachers.
Key focus areas include replacing general objectives with specific competences and learning outcomes, enhancing interactive teaching methods, and introducing generic skills.
These children who have come to S5 now, the way they were taught, even as teachers at times, the children would challenge you and you also get back to reading and learning with them, because the system promotes them to learn by themselves, to learn as guided by teachers, to learn as they do. And in this training, we are being trained in the same way, such that we teach the children and the teachers that we are going to teach to learn as they do. At the end of it, we shall be able to perform and acquire the required competencies for the betterment of this country.
Following the 7-day training, master trainers will begin supporting A-level teachers in all schools across the country starting May this year.
If you know a teaching method, shout it out. Learner Center is teaching method.
Now, stakeholders in Uganda's nutrition sector have convened in Kampala to align global nutrition commitments with national policies and strategies aimed at eradicating malnutrition.
The Executive Director of the Food Rights Alliance, Agnes Chilabo, has stressed the importance of translating the Nutrition for Growth communities made in Paris into tangible local actions and services. Kirabo says this approach would support vulnerable children, especially in remote communities, to reach their full potential, while also ensuring adults aged 18 to 49 enjoy health and productive lives.
To ground Paris Nutrition for Growth commitments and discussions into the Uganda policy, nutrition policy and programming landscape. And we are positive that all the nutrition actors are here, and the Nutrition for Growth Summit happened at such an hour when we are concluding the development of the National Development Plan for the District Development Plan. We have just had the African Union CADAP.
The Country Director of Action Against Hunger, Rita Kabanyoro, welcomed the timing of the summit, which aligns with the finalization of Uganda's national and district development plans. She pointed to Uganda's abundant resources, mainly land, water, and skilled personnel, as critical tools in the fight against malnutrition.
When it comes to a country like Uganda, we should not be grappling with hunger per se. We have natural resources, we have a lot of arable land, we have water, we have 2 rainfall seasons. It is possible for us to reduce stunting rates to 0, to overcome the triple burden of malnutrition. Why Paris is important, as I mentioned earlier, it brought stakeholders together. It brought malnutrition and hunger back on the agenda.
The cooperation attaché at the French Embassy in Uganda, David Gamein Robin, urged Ugandans to unite against all forms of malnutrition, emphasizing the need for coordinated national action.
To fund up to 28 billion euro to end malnutrition worldwide. On this summit here in Kampala today, Kampala today, is a follow-up summit to see how we can implement the end of malnutrition in rural.
Rebecca Natongo, Mike Bakabulindi, UBC News.
Now, the former senior education officer at the Ministry of Education and Sports, Ahmed Matovu, has tasked parents to embrace vocational training to uplift their communities. Matovu disclosed this while officiating at the third graduation ceremony at Abia Skills Institute, Chengera.
The government of Uganda is fully supporting skills and vocational training as a measure to fight youth unemployment and to fulfill Uganda's Development Vision 2040. The former senior education officer, Ahmed Matovu, says there is need for the youth to utilize their available vocational skills to close employable gaps.
The authority has already satisfied the work done by Abia Skills Training Center.
Matovu calls parents to help their children by investing in their business ideas. This was at a graduation function of Abia Skills Institute, where 69 technicians graduated with certificates in tailoring, fashion and design, hairdressing, plumbing, catering, motor vehicle mechanics, and building construction.
Slow, start small and grow big. So at the end of the day, you come and be engineers or technician, ICT, software engineers, all that comes after you have applied what we call lifelong learning. The others, I want to commend the proprietors.
The director, Abia Skills Institute, Moses Segirinya, expressed gratitude towards various educational stakeholders, parents and staff for their commitment towards promoting vocational training in the institute.
You're just starting. You had a challenge. In fact, you were favored in the beginning. You want school fees, you call the parent. You want to buy a boxer, you call the parent. Now, one leg is going to be this side and the other on the other side. You are going in the open world. Been telling you, no boxers, you need to hustle.
Graduates were overjoyed upon graduation and acquisition of long life skills.
I've studied a course of catering, and I promise that what I've studied is going to be helpful to me. I have started this course, it's going to help me to achieve my success. I can right now cook different kind of food, for example stew.
I studied hairdressing because it was my passion, and I think I can make money in hairdressing. I'll be a good business person in hairdressing.
I'm Navka Farida and Ganga Henry.
Deaf youth have voiced concerns over the lack of sex education in deaf schools and limited access to government programs and services. Let's hear more.
Limited job opportunities, exclusion from government programs, and the absence of sexual education in deaf schools are among the challenges faced by deaf individuals across communities in Uganda. These gaps contribute to their marginalization in development and poverty eradication efforts. In response, Sign Health Uganda has launched an empowerment initiative aimed at skilling deaf youth. The Executive Director of Sign Health Uganda, Paulo Senteza, has called on the government to include deaf-specific services in all sectors.
Within a span of only 1.5 years, they have been able to raise 15 million on their own. And if government programs like the Operation Wealth Creation, Parish Development Model, and other schemes try to reach out to them in a more customized way, they can be able to also boost their income and live more independently, because they have shown that they, with their limited income, they can try to do something on their own. But they also need financial literacy.
Rusa Roy, a graphics design trainee and beneficiary of the project, said the initiative has boosted his confidence and ability to make informed business decisions. Officiating at the launch, Equal Opportunities Commission Chairperson Safia Nalolejuko pledged her commitment to advocating for the deaf community across all government agencies.
As the chairperson of the Equal Opportunities Commission, I'm happy for the invitation and listening to the issues. They know the work they are doing and the challenges they are going through and what they want government to do. First and foremost, I've pledged that I'm going to get a write-up of all the issues they have raised, and then I work with them to forward them to the relevant authorities of government, relevant sectors of government.
Crispus Arinitwe, Stephen Kayumba, UBC News.
Kama nemo pocket, tambula body street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission, internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netaga yo karoni, niga mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
And in our last segment, with the new sports law encouraging associations and federations to spread the game to all people of the country, Uganda Tennis Association has done one better. The association, together with partners Kampala School of Physically Handicapped, today launched the first junior wheelchair tennis tournament that was held at Ndeje University tennis courts.
On the prestigious Mengo Hill, history was made as the inaugural junior wheelchair tennis tournament kicked off. The atmosphere was filled with excitement, competition, and the spirit of inclusion. In this one-day tournament showcasing talent and determination, 11 young players, 7 girls and 4 boys, battled it out for the ultimate prize. Youngster Hannah emerged as the overall champion.
I feel very happy. I can't even explain. I'm very happy. Wheelchair tennis have given me confidence to be in public like here. Those people are seeing me at home. I just remain in the house. I want to become a champion. I play with international.
I've been doing the scouting for a long time. So with the scouting we have been going through, here we have seen that we have like 4 players who can represent Uganda in the future. Mostly all of them are still young and in early age school.
When children play together, they learn a lot. They learn how to take turns, their leadership skills, there are many things. They develop their cognitive. There's a lot that they achieve apart from their just playing alone. Yeah, so playing in table tennis, we expect our children who are taking part to learn, to benefit from it in many areas of life.
This landmark event aims to provide a competitive platform for young athletes with physical disabilities as they begin their sports journey.
We are mandated as Uganda Tennis Association to manage the sport of tennis in Uganda. And one of the things that we've tried to do, or we are trying to do, is to make sure that we don't leave anybody behind. And that's why we are here. So that anybody in their capacities who can hold a racket should be able to play tennis. So when we look at the kids, the handicapped kids For us, it's a very big opportunity to promote the sport of tennis through these kids. So we are going to task ourselves, at least in the next 1 year, to make sure that we have built a similar facility at the school.
We believe as a LightX that nurturing talent of the differently abled is very important, right from the grassroots, from their little age, all the way until as far as they can go.
This initiative is a milestone in ensuring equal opportunities in sports, identifying future talent, and promoting further integration of adaptive tennis. Cayenne Faith, Grace Kemigisa for ABC.
Again, that's it from us. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Yusuf Senyamo has been with us on sign language. It's a good night from us. Bye-bye.